Alright, what's going on, my friends? We are back at it here with some more Players Cup 3 games. Last night, I finished off at 1603 with a 16-9 record. So we're going to see how far we fell overnight. I'm guessing we're in the upper 1500s, 1580 somewhere probably. Oh, what? Oh yeah, 1603. So it's probably going to update here. Sorry, I read the current standing as 1654. I thought that was my rating. Okay. So far, things have been pretty good. I've been recording a lot of my matches. We've lost a little bit to a couple of different interesting strategies, but I'm hoping that today goes a little bit better. 16-9 is still good. I'm very happy with that record. So we're going to see where we fall here. Okay, we're still 1603. Not bad. Like I said, I've been trying to document a lot of these matches, so... I think, judging based on my understanding of what I need to do from here, I would think that about net 4 or 5 more wins should put me around that 1650, 1670 range that would allow me to stop potentially, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'll play as long as I have to, so, all right, here we go. 1520. Okay. So, Articuno Galar, Glastrier, Incineroar, Regieleki, Rillaboom, and Feeney. Okay. Pretty classic team here outside of the Articuno, which seems a little bit interesting in my opinion. Rotom looks pretty good if I can deal with the Rillaboom. I think I want to just bring my own Glacier as well. They most likely have Fake Out and Taunt and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Porygon, Celesteela, Amoonguss, and Glacier. Let's try that. We'll see how this goes. I'm expecting most likely a Fake Out or something on turn 1. Okay, Regieleki and... okay. So Regieleki and Incineroar is my opponent's lead. Okay. Okay, we do get a special attack boost. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Trick Room. My opponent could double my Celesteela, but I think I'm okay with that if they do. Just go for an Air Slash into the Incineroar here. Okay, setting up... It screens Regieleki. That's a pretty good thing for me, if I have to say so myself. Oh, we got the flinch. That's pretty nice. Definitely okay with that. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and just double the Incineroar slot again. I'm not super worried about the Regieleki if it screens. But if I can take out this Incineroar, I'll be in a really nice spot. So let's see. How much does Tri Attack do in screens? Not a lot. Okay. Sure. Let's see who they have in the back. Glastrier. Okay. Okay, they got both their screens up. We don't care about reflect until later on. I'm just going to double the Glacier again here. I could be a little bit worried about a weakness policy, but I think Articuno is going to have the weakness policy. So I'm just going to go ahead and flash cannon this Glacier. I could flamethrower it and hope for a burn, but I think flash cannon is going to deal the most damage. Okay, here comes the max. So Glacier is going to probably move first here. It might have been a mistake not to bring Incineroar here, but we'll see. Hailstorm into the Celesteela. Okay. Should do about half, probably. Oh, did he crit me? Yeah, he crit me. That's unfortunate. Bummer. That really sucks, especially since I didn't bring Incineroar. That really sucks. Okay. So he's Life Orb. There's 2 turns left of Trick Room. My Glacier is going to be faster than his, almost definitely. So I'm going to go ahead and try attack here and Spore here. And hope to win a speed tie, I think. That's my best option. Is this Tapu Fini? Okay, my opponent just brought everything they needed to bring. I think if I had brought... I'm not out of this yet, obviously. I have to try my best to contain this Glacier after its max is over, but... So 2 knockouts, definitely not great. I think we're just going to lose. I did not expect my opponent to go for that mode. I kind of ignored the Glacier on their team. Okay, so Glacier is still faster than my Porygon after Porygon's speed was dropped once. So Glacier is going to attack first here. Their Glacier, so I could protect, but I'm actually going to just double the Fini. Hope to pick up a knockout here. Okay, what'd they switch to? Incineroar? Sure, I called this switch. So this should pick up the knockout, hopefully give us an attack boost. This is our last turn of max this is all that we need for... This is our last turn of Trick Room. So our opponent leaning into the Trick Room a little bit better than we did. I did not expect them to make that lead. I was scared of the of Articuno, so I didn't bring my Incineroar. But had I brought Incineroar, this game probably would have been a lot different. So that was something that I should look back on for sure. So Max Knuckle comes out. This should probably do half. Oh, it's going to KO Porygon for sure. Yeah. The critical hit on Celesteela definitely made a big difference for sure. For obvious reasons. I think I just got ran over by my opponent's Glacier, but I'm not giving up yet. Like I said, this is their last turn of max. Oh my gosh, Reflect is putting in work. Yeah, I think we just lose now. I forgot about the Reflect too. No Trick Room setter for my opponent unless Articuno's carrying it, so that's definitely interesting. I think I just got outled. Maybe there's a world that we land a critical hit through Did my opponent give an attack boost to... It does have an attack boost. I'm not going to give up yet. Glacier's a silly, silly Pokemon, so... Okay. They can just play it safe like this, too. All we need is one critical hit, and we'll be in... Probably 2 critical hits, and we'll be in decent shape. Sure. This won't KO. Not without a crit. Not even close. Yeah, we just got outplayed here a little bit with the lead. I didn't bring Incineroar because I was distracted by the rest of my opponent's stuff. I should have definitely brought Incineroar. So we'll chop this one up to a loss. Bad play on my part. First game of the day. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. In hindsight, I think Incineroar Porygon would have been a better lead. But I actually thought my opponent was going to lead differently than they did. But that must be their Trick Room lead. So, interesting. I lost 20 points for that too. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, we will bounce back. We'll be all right. Okay, lower rated opponent, not a big deal. Let's see. All right. So, Rillaboom, Incineroar, Primarina, Cinderace, Metagross, and Raichu. So I have to potentially be worried about speed swap stuff from this Raichu. I've seen this composition before. It could also be weakness policy on the Primarina, but I don't really know if it's weakness policy Metagross. I don't really know what my opponent has from there. So I definitely want Incineroar. This game my opponent has 3 physical mons that I can intimidate. So I definitely want Incineroar. I think I'll go ahead and do Incineroar Porygon. Get up Trick Room. Parting Shot away. I definitely want Glacier this matchup, and I also kind of want Celesteela, I think. Primarina could potentially be difficult to deal with. And Rotom is pretty decent. I'm going to bring Selly. I think Celesteela's good this game. We'll see what my opponent's going to do. I would expect my opponent to have probably doing some fake out stuff to stop Trick Room. So we'll see. They have nothing to deter my Intimidates away, though, which is nice. I would imagine that Metagross is going to be an integral part of this team's strategy. So let's see. Raichu, Metagross. Sure. Air Balloon Raichu. Okay. I obviously can't intimidate Metagross, so my opponent is probably going... I think this is going to be an attack boost. Oh, it's a special attack boost. Even better. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and Flare Blitz the Raichu and just set Trick Room. I don't think my opponent has much they can do against this. I don't want to fake out the Metagross because I think it's going to max, and I also don't want to fake out the Raichu because it's faster. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. If they fake me out, they fake me out. Okay, maxing Metagross turn 1. I still don't confidently know where the weakness policy is. So here comes the fake out. Yep. Fine. Quake. Okay. So Trick Room gets denied here. I'm going to switch my Incineroar into Celesteela this next turn and go for Trick Room again. I'm really hoping Flare Blitz KOs here. It might. Incineroar is really strong, and Raichu's really weak defensively. Okay. No burn. No burn. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to Celesteela and go for Trick Room again. I'm expecting my opponent to attack the I'm expecting my opponent to attack the Incineroar again with something. I don't know what it will be from. If the Metagross has Max Quake, it definitely has a Steel move. I don't know if it's gonna have. It could be Assault Vest, I guess. We can do a little bit of scouting for that here, but we're gonna just hard switch Incineroar out. Celesteela. Volt switches that slot. Interesting. Okay, doesn't do too much damage because we're AV. So my opponent completely ignoring the Porygon. Rillaboom, okay. Hailstorm. So they have ice moves, so they don't have. They predicted a switch. Good predict for my opponent. We still take that no problem. Interesting switch for interesting call for my opponent there. I don't know what they thought I was going to go into. A Moongus maybe. But again, they're just ignoring this Porygon. So I'm hoping that means that. Okay, so Metagross is actually minimum speed, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, we just got Trick Room up now. I'm going to go ahead and Air Slash this slot and try attack the Metagross. We're going to scout for AV. I'm going to get the calc up here just to see how much this should do. Porygon 2, Porygon 2, my custom set against Metagross. Picolytic set, maxed. So try attack. Try attack should be doing about 10 to 12%. They do have a special defense boost. So, okay, fake out into the Porygon. Okay. Fine. Oh, we were speed tying the Metagross maybe. Is that AV? Let's see. That's one I should actually calc right now. Celesteela, my custom set. It doesn't look like it's AV Rillaboom. It looks like it was just a common Rillaboom. So, okay. So my opponent has Raichu in the back. They probably have Incineroar, but we get to bring in, bring in Glass. Which is going to be pretty nice. So, Raichu, if your last Pokemon is Incineroar, I think I can play around that with just a Knuckle into this slot, and then try attack this slot as well. Just try my best to ignore the Metagross. Let's do that. My opponent got no defense boosts with Metagross. Okay. Raichu. Okay, so Raichu's going to go down to the Hail. No double switch for my opponent. Okay. So my opponent's going to lose 2 Pokemon this turn. And then we're going to see what their last is. I don't think this is going to KO, but I will take the attack boost. Try attack should pick up the rest of it, though. Nice. Okay, there's the knockout on Rillaboom. P2, and then Raichu dies. So Flare Blitzing the Raichu there has come in pretty nice so far. We have an attack boost, which is great. Metagross, and who's your last? Cinderace, okay. How many turns left of Trick Room? 2 turns left of Trick Room, okay. So I can scout for a Protect here from my opponent. Cinderace is very interesting in my opinion. Cinderace doesn't usually carry Protect, but this one very well could. I'm going to go ahead and... I didn't mean to double there. I actually wanted to attack the Metagross, but we'll see. Okay, so we get the KO on 2 Cinderace. This is definitely going to KO at +1, and then we probably burn. Or I would love a burn, but I don't think we'll get it. If that was Primarina in the back, or Incineroar, this game could have been interesting. Okay, we get a Chilean boost. Maybe we'll get a burn here or something. No status. Okay, they attack the Porygon slot. That's fine. I'm not going to hit this thing super effectively because this is my last turn of Trick Room. So I'm just going to double it with a Max Knuckle. I don't want to walk into a weakness policy activation here. So we're going to go ahead and do this and this. They might Protect here. Yep. That's fine. We'll get another attack boost for our troubles, and then we'll look to set up Trick Room this next turn and Protect. This is obviously we could have done more damage with Max Quake, but like I said, Trick Room's over. We don't want to walk into another weakness policy activation and give them +2 Metagross after Trick Room, because that's how things get dicey. So from here, things should be pretty easy. At least my next turn is pretty played out. They have to basically go for an Iron Head flinch. I don't think... Let's see. Metagross, Pikalytic set versus Glastrier, my custom set. How much does Iron Head do? Iron Head does 60 to 72%, barring a crit. And I don't think they're boosted at all. So, we have 3 attack boosts. They have no boosts. So I can make a pretty safe play here of high horsepower Trick Room. If my opponent targets the Porygon, this is great for me. If my opponent targets me with Iron Head, I should live this. Let's see. They target Glastrier. Oh, that was too close for comfort. Oh my god. Glastrier flinched. That's fine. Yikes. What the heck? So if I just protected... Okay. This is 95% accurate, so it in theory could miss. I want to see how much +3 close combat does. Should KO from this range. Should KO from this range. So I'm going to go for the 100% accurate move and try attack as well. Nice. It got a little bit scary with that play there. I feel like they should have known that I was going to set Trick Room, but like I said, I was pretty confident I took one. But that crit actually, I think they might have low rolled the crit. They did low roll the crit. Wow. That was potentially scary. Maybe I should have protected there just for future. Like, I honestly didn't think they were going to attack the Glastrier slot. I thought they tried for a flinch in the Trick Room, reading my Protect, but they got a crit and a flinch, which definitely is not ideal. We'll do one more for this video here. Back to 1596. That was a good win. Good confidence booster. All right, let's see. Colossal stuff. Okay. So, Urshifu, Cole, Kartana, Togekiss, Glastrier, Dragapult. Okay, so this is probably support Dragapult with Will-O-Wisp and Light Screen and Breaking Swipe. I don't really understand Togekiss's role in this team, but I'm definitely going to do Trick Room stuff. I think I'm going to do Porygon Amoonguss stuff. Does Porygon take a +2? I'll have to do this calc. Does take a +2. Okay. I think I'm going to bring Glastrier in the back, and then for my last slot, Incineroar gets pretty good mileage this game. But so does Celesteela. I'm going to go Incineroar. Let's see. I don't know if this is right or not. We're going to find out. Dragapult or Shifu? What? Water or Shifu as well. Okay. Interesting decision from my opponent. This is probably safety goggles. If I had to guess. So Trick Room, Rage Powder. I don't really want to give Urshifu a chance to close combat me, so I'm just going to Rage Powder. Let's see. Okay. Did they read a Spore or something? Dragapult doesn't learn Taunt. Sure. Okay. So Trick Room's up. I'm going to go ahead and try attack Sludge Bomb. I could Spore that slot. What does my opponent have in the back? Glacier is probably in the back somewhere. I could also switch. It's kind of a risky switch. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb that slot. If they switch Urshifu, I'm going to feel dumb, but yeah. Kartana? Okay. That's fine. Kartana's not going to appreciate this tri-attack. Okay, so it doesn't have Will-O-Wisp, but has Reflect. Okay. That's cool. I'm going to go ahead and do that and then switch this slot into Incineroar. That might have been AV Kartana. I think it is AV Kartana. It's like a really bulky AV set. Two turns left of Trick Room. So I think on this turn I'm free to try attack Flare Blitz. On my next turn, I could taunt the Dragapult. I think it's got Surf, Breaking Swipe, Reflect, Light Screen though. Probably with safety goggles. This Flare Blitz is really obvious. My opponent could read it. If they're Assault Vest though, they have to switch from this position. And then next turn we have Parting Shot to get back Amoonguss. Yep. This is probably Urshifu. Oh, Colossal. Okay, well, we're going to activate his steam engine for him, which I think is good. I could have potentially Flare Blitzed the Dragapult here, but okay, another Breaking Swipe, fine. Does a lot of damage to Incineroar. Okay, so my opponent's basically stalled out my Trick Room. However, I have Eerie Impulse here. And we know that +2 Colossal outspeeds. I think this turn you probably protect. But just to play around that, I'm going to Eerie Imp. Well, yeah, I'm going to Eerie Impulse switch. Okay. They might be protecting. Yep. Okay. So my opponent has stalled out my Trick Room. However, they're not going to be able to max super efficiently. Breaking Swipe is fine. Amoonguss should live a fire move. I could have recovered there and concealed my tech, but I think this is fine. I'm going to go ahead and Rage Powder. I am Aquaberry, so we live a max flare. So we're back in position to get Trick Room up again. It's looking like we're in a really good spot with Glacier in the back. We just have to position it properly. This is going to be a bit of a longer game, I think. Okay, so here's the Rage Powder. They're probably going for Heat Wave here. Yep. Aquaberry comes out. Doesn't do much. And Surf. Or Breaking Swipe again. Okay. Okay, they crit me. It's annoying, but not a big deal. I'm going to Scout here. Recover. Do I want to protect, or do I want to hard switch right now into Glacier, predicting my opponent to switch Colossal? I've shown them Eerie Impulse, so I feel like they wouldn't... I feel like they wouldn't just Heat Wave. I'm gonna try it. I think Breaking Swipe's coming out. Okay. If they somehow read this, okay. I was gonna say if they somehow read this, I'm gonna lose my mind. The Breaking Swipe's gonna come out here, but it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm just gonna max and smack the Dragapult. Do we KO? I'm not sure. I could switch the Porygon into Incineroar here, and get an Intimidate on this Kartana. Dragapult does not have Protect. Dragapult has Surf as his last move. I know this from playing Colossal teams and from seeing how they work. So we're going to go ahead and switch Porygon out. We lose our special attack boost, but we'll probably get it back. I want the Intimidate on the Kartana. I don't really care too much about. They do have Reflect still up, so this... Oh! Did they predict this? It'd be kind of nuts. Okay. could have max knuckled into the Kartana here. I thought for sure the Kartana would switch, but I guess not. I guess my opponent assumed that I was going to go after the Urshifu. Okay. My opponent does have... Okay, it is Light Clay, actually. So I could have put it to sleep on turn 1. My opponent could Aqua Jet us here and switch Kartana, which I definitely think is a possibility. They have no switch into Max Quake. Come on. Okay. Okay. Fine. Are they going to protect your Shifu here? Yeah. No, they're going to Aqua Jet. Okay. I predicted correctly. Okay, the Reflect is gone. I could intentionally not take a KO this turn. I think we're still in a decent spot, though. I'm just going to Quake the Urshifu slot. Yeah, pretty obvious, but I'm going to put the Dragon Ball to sleep, which means my opponent can't get their Steam Engine activated. I can't protect in front of Urshifu, but that's not a huge deal. Okay, Trick Room's over. If I'm my opponent here, I'm switching Urshifu probably, or switching Pult. I didn't get any attack boosts with Glacier, so I think I'm free to just Spore this slot and switch to Porygon. I could Spore the Dragapult slot, potentially. Oh, is it Kartana? Okay, it is Kartana. My opponent accurately read that. But I get another Trick Room up, so... Not really sure what the end goal is here for my opponent. The Dragapult wakes up. Sure. Okay. Critting me is kind of annoying. I'm going to switch a Moongus out here into Incineroar and go for Trick Room. My opponent can't really deny this. They can double my... Okay, no switches for my opponent because Amoonguss is the slowest Pokemon. We'll get the Intimidate down. My opponent probably sets up Reflect here again. Nope, they go for Breaking Swipe. Okay. So this should KO Incineroar. No crits? Okay, no crits. Beautiful. Okay, Hail's over. I'm going to go ahead and go back into Glacier here. Okay, my opponent is probably likely to switch the Dragapult. No switches? Okay. Okay, Chilling Day Boost comes out. Okay. Colossal. Okay. This is where my opponent maxes. Most likely. Do they just protect on this first turn? There's 3 turns left of Trick Room. I would love to get Amoonguss into position here. Amoonguss is pretty good against the late gamer Shifu, though. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. I got this right. Okay. It's in my best interest this game to take as much of this timer as I can. So I'm gonna wait as long as I can here. Or actually, apparently I have a different time. I have a 38-second timer here, so I have to start locking in a bit faster. I'm going to double it with Eerie Impulse just because their play here is probably a double protect, but I think it's fine. If they get it, they get it. My opponent appears to be chewing up the clock. Okay, here comes the max. +2 high horsepower should KO this. Oh, they're maxing Urshifu. Okay. Sure. So they're going to get the knockout onto the Colossal. Okay, we connect. Knockout. Okay. I should have probably gone for a try attack there just in case, but I think my play was fine. Let's see. This KOs if it's Glacier. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and Spore. Oops. Spore here. And try attack. We ended up winning this one here. The timer would have given it to us anyway. Because the... I'm just going to Rage Powder Trick Room here, but I'm going to wait. Yeah, this does not KO. Even at +1, it shouldn't KO. And then we just have more HP than our opponent does, so we should win. Oh, we have 2 Pokemon to their 1 Pokemon, so that means that we should win. Yeah. Cool. Cool. That was an interesting one. I'm going to get up and walk around after that one here. That was a good win, though. Let's see what we're at now. That was a nice win against a pretty high-rated opponent. I think that they did a good job of stalling out our Trick Room turns and our max turns, but they never really exerted any pressure with any of their Pokemon. So we got to set up multiple Trick Rooms and just kind of reposition each time. And... Maxing Urshifu, I think, was correct, but I think there was a turn earlier where they could have maxed something else. Potentially maxing Dragapult against how defensive I was playing could have been good. But I think I played well that game. Let's see where we're at now for rank. Okay, 16-12, not too bad. We didn't get very many points from that, but that's okay. So yeah, that's good. We brought back our first loss into 2 wins, which is definitely great. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be probably making one more of these videos, maybe 2. We'll see. But I'm going to get up and stretch and get some more water and stuff. So, yeah.